Good morning. Well, it's 23rd and it's Sunday and it's a dry day. So we're here to do a few jobs. Couple of things I already harvested this morning and I will try to film as much as possible. So let me show you the first little harvest I've done. Okay, so some cucumbers. Now some of them are absolutely whoppers and a couple of courgettes. And here's Nigel. He's still doing sort of bits around the bottom of the new polycarp, and yes, and we're trying to make that poly wildlife proofed. So no mice, no rats, and no bunnies, and anything else in between. So the next thing I'm going to be harvesting are the poppies. They were self-sown. I actually didn't sow them. I already done some. They're absolutely ready for harvesting. I use them in soaps for the sort of substitution to, let's say, exfoliating and scrubbing. You put some poppy seeds in your soaps, not mentioning for baking and stuff. And when the heads, I don't know if you can see that. Oh yes, that's in focus now. They have these little holes on the top. That means they're ready. When they're not ready, like this green one there, let me just show you. The holes haven't opened yet. See, oh, that's out of focus. Out of focus. Out in focus now. You see, that is not open on this one. So I'm going to finish harvesting whichever heads are ready. I also don't want them to spread everywhere. I will scatter a few seeds in the places I'm happy for them to grow. So I've got an envelope with them, and you can see that if you actually shake that head, the seeds are falling out. I'm not quite sure if that shows, but just loads of seeds are coming out. Once the plant is finished, I basically will pull it out like this one, so there's no more. I shall get on with this. It's not, that's ready. That plant can be pulled out. I'm just checking if there is any tomatoes to be harvested today. I'll tell you what's with the heart. On Friday I came here and I had to intervene. I wanted to intervene because I saw one of the hives being robbed by wasps, and yes, it was, and yes, the hive is no longer. They killed the bees. Now, well, that's part of cycle of life. As it happens, you know, the wasps at a certain time of their life, because they become addicted to sweet things when they feel the larva, which they eat the excrement of the larva, which is very sweet. They're carnivores. They do good things for your garden, so they're really very, you know, beneficial to all of us. It's just at certain stage when the queen leaves the nest, and then when we, you know, they have nothing, kind of no purpose. They become quite a nuisance to people because they hanker after the sweet things, and they will attack a hive, and it has been attacked. But also one of them, I had to take the hive completely apart and remove it. I was worried that it might attack the other one, reduce the entrance to the other one. It's reasonably strong hive, but just in case. Everything is going fine there, but one of them got, after I finished everything, one of them got into my hair and stung me twice in different places on my scalp. which now I'm quite paranoid going here that any of it might happen again. You know, I don't want to become allergic. So that's what's happening with the hat. Anyway, this beside, I'm just came to hunt in the old polytunnel if there is anything to be picked, any tomatoes. By the way, it's drizzling again, so there we are. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. I'm just going to the other one, through the forest, through the forest, through the forest. Oh, the gladiola, the zinnias. It's a nice walk. Okay, well, the boys are finishing off the sides of the poly, so I won't disturb them. But I'm just gonna go and scout for some more sun gold. Oh yes. Yeah. So few first. Sun gold in here. Okay, the Tigerella are not ready. Nothing on that. Let me have a look. Oh, by the way, the jalapenos are in flowers. There's a couple of other ones forming. I think this is Hungarian hot wax is starting having fruit. We were so late that I'm grateful we have absolutely anything. And this is the last plant here. I'm hoping for some harvest. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Look at that. They ready. They ready. Oh, it's Nigel on the other side. Okay, our first little harvest of sun gold. Well, I have amended the bed which we had the rocket and the tree spinach which sow itself, and I have now few Romanesco growing, and I'm filling that in with dwarf yellow French beans. I think they're in a state, they're in various stages, but I just have to plant them out, I think, and see what will grow and what will not. So I just get on with that. I might be bring you back when I finish, just to show you the finished result. Some people grow them very sort of close. Some people grow them sort of far apart. I think I just fill in this bed and hope for the best. Okay, so some beans planted here. Let's see how they go. There's a quite a bit of space on this side of the bed. On this side of the bed, I'm leaving it mainly to the Romanesco. I don't know what, the broccoli, cauliflower, I don't know. I always thought they were cauliflower, but they are actually broccoli. Well, this is another one potato harvest from here. And these are on pilot. Absolutely chuffed. Okay, so we have removed the little bed on the back, which we never grew anything in, really, because it was overrun with red ants, which, well, I think beaten me to death last year. And Nigel is going to make purpose large strawberry bed, and these are going to be moved to house my alpine strawberries. So that's it for now. It's Monday evening. It's been really drizzling and raining all day long, so there is no watering to be done except for feeding, and Nadia's feeding the tomatoes. I just removed all the pea, which was the Kent Blue, and I'm gonna save the seeds, save the pods, dry them up. That's my pea pod saved. I'd be a bit mad, but I covered my tomatoes with a bit of fleece because it's so cold and wet, and I feel, I don't know, but I just feel better about that. Now these guys, it's nothing I can do about it. I can just pray that they will be able to survive. I mean, look at those San Marzanos, and I would just really hate to lose them. It's Tuesday evening and Nigel is repairing the wheelbarrow. We seem to be going through wheelbarrows like people go through sweets. So we've got a new wheel, and let's see how if he succeeds. A quick update on the pumpkins and squashes. So there is a uchikikuri here, and behind that, I don't know if you can see that at all. If I go there, there is another one. There is Turkish turban, and there is one little one on the floor here. Let's have a look if we can spot. Well, there is something growing here. Can't see anything here. Oh, there is this massive one just here, and there's a little Turkish turban next to it. Let's have a look. Can you see anything? There's another Turkish turban just there. It's thinking that there's a massive here. Oh, I spy with my little eye another one, and another one, and the uchikikuri just there. Let's have a look. What else can we see? Oh look, that's a big one. And very pretty. Oh, that is all I can see for now. Just move a couple of my strawberries in because we never had any strawberries of them. They were all demolished by something, and I just moved them here for the they're obviously having a little revival, and yes, so nothing eats them, so we can actually taste what they taste like. And these are the little alpine strawberries which I grew some seeds this year, and they're already fruiting. we will be moving beds for them hopefully shortly. Oh, that came off. Nice, very flavorsome. And I can see there is loads more of these. These guys are properly started to fruit. So we will need to do something about them pronto. I just want to use these bushes which survived winter to get the runners of them, and then keep them, the rest of it, in a polytunnel, so we might get some early strawberries next year. I don't know if I mentioned, it's Tuesday, 25th of July. I was going to say October. No, it's 25th of July, and it's another one of our hourly visits. Well, I'm looking for any signs at all of me sowing Berlotto. I had to think about it, and I can see, yes, there is. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this. This is bean, and amongst the weeds, yeah, there is another one. I pointed out with my finger, and oh, some more, and I'm sure some more will come up. So that's a good news. We will have some Berlotto beans. Wow! I did plant some of the rainbow chard here yesterday. I better give them a drink of water. I haven't planted this corner and this bit simply because still haven't found the space for the dahlias, and still need to find out what actually kind of dahlias they are. They're rather large flowered, and this one is having kind of pinkish, I think they are cactus dahlias, so a little bit formal. Have to think carefully where I'm going to plant them. Every time I cross here, it's supposed to be an arch, but the arch slightly collapsed, but it's just covered with fruit, so I have to duck. I'm just gonna have a quick look at my baby tomatoes. Oh, look, that looks rather picturesque. It's like some sort of Greek tragedy thing. How are we doing, guys? Well, each of them almost have one tomato, yes, and further down two, which is now red. So at the weekend we will have a first harvest. These guys, you know, I come every day in hope. Not so much. I can't really see that kind of tinge on them. Well, I don't think the Sermanzano are big enough, and I'm not quite sure how big these guys get, but I have a feeling they in Provence that variety gets enormous. Well, we will see. I came today with a plan to actually sow some, plant some. Oh, okay. So we have some footsteps. They look like rabbits to me. That will have to go under the net. But first thing I'm going to do is to plant some baby lettuces. Well, some tiniest of seedlings of lettuces. And I'm just having a look in hope in this tunnel, and besides some sun gold and that very first tigerella changing color, nothing. You know, some people really worry about the tomatoes being crinkled like that. I just love it. I think, you know, I pay extra. In fact, I do. I quite often, when not in season, buy the heritage varieties on the market in Oxford. And I absolutely love it. The more sort of unusual they are, they do taste good as well, even the green ones. So look, I'm not worried that they're not picture perfect. Who can worry about being picture perfect when we've got size like this? You know, these are just magnificent. Well, I think so. Okay, so nothing much here. I came to realization that there's one variety which is not gonna make back to my plot, and that is Roma. Definitely the most prone to blossom and drought in my garden. It might be completely different for somebody else. You know, with tomatoes, like with everything else, there is so many variables, so many aspects of growing, and obviously the soil here and the way we garden. Roma is a bit temperamental, although is F1, which is supposed to be very resilient. The San Marzano grows like, you know, really, really good. Okay, I shall get on, have a look, bring the lettuces here and have a look if I can plant stuff. One more thing for a quick update. These are the tomatillos I planted this year. I didn't particularly look after them very well, but they're still growing like weeds. And these are not only incredibly ornamental, so I will always have them, I think. They also the purple one. So if I did give them a little bit of care and attention, like last year, they were taller than this little fig tree. And those lanterns, you know, they look just so attractive. What we've managed to do today? Did you manage to change the wheel in the wheelbarrow?
No, there's always a little bit of a problem, so I've got to go and buy myself a round metal file or find one in the shed, and perhaps get some spacers to fit the new wheel, and then maybe we'll have a new wheelbarrow. Oh, maybe we won't.
Maybe we have to buy one and have a spare wheel then, huh? How good is that?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, so that's that. And then yeah, I planted some lettuces and some mustards, and put the what do you call it, net over that bed, because I've seen little feet imprints. So I'm thinking could be rabbits or could be rats. So yeah, they don't touch normally mustard, they don't like it, but they will eat all the little lettuces. So there we go. And that's it for today. It's a surprisingly nice evening, a little bit of sunshine. Yeah.
So it's good night for me.
And it's good night from me, and it's good night. I don't know if you can see that. There is.
No, you can't see Ace.
Oh yes, you can see the tail. It's good night from Ace. Good evening. It's Thursday evening, and we're just here to do a little harvest, I suppose. But talking about the first things, from time to time we have a first at the allotment. Well, it's a flower this time. It's our first gladiola. So this one is very dark red. I remember that I planted them and they were this color and bright white. A very blue and lovely salvia, which this is the only one which at the moment is flowering. Also first runner beans. I'm so pleased because these are Nigel's favourite. Okay, well, I'm sure there will be more to come. Is that a good one? Oh wow, that's not bad. Not bad at all. There's some here. Oh, that's just... okay.
It's Thursday evening. We've harvested some runner beans and tomatoes. Just going to go and close the polytunnel up, go home and get some tea.
Yeah. It's just, you know.
Another beautiful July day.
So hopefully see you tomorrow.
Wrap up the week.
When we will wrap up the week. And yeah. Another evening at the allotment and another little harvest. It's Friday. Just spotted that we have a giant yellow courgette, and we've got some new ones forming. So I think that's to be harvested urgently. The next thing I'm going to be trying to pick a few things is just here are these French beans. I mean, last week we put a little bit of netting against it because obviously we do get rabbits which enjoy demolishing my beans. So I've spotted that there is not many but few to be harvested here, and you don't want to let them grow too big. So I'll bring you back after I finish that bit. And here's some of the pongo beans. So I'm gonna pick them up, and I have to do this off the camera because everything is over the netting and I will have to lean, and this is not going to be comfortable picking. So this is harvest for today's meal, the beans, and there's few of the purple ones, the pongo beans, which I'm going to try for the very first time. But prolific, you know how prolific they are definitely keepers. Let's hope they taste as well as these runny beans, which we've tasted yesterday, and these were enormous. Really excited about some of the strawberries coming up here and not being eaten by something. Just look at these absolutely stunning display. Of the sweet peas, and obviously I can't tell you how it all smells. The other lovely flowers we had this year are these miniature multi-headed sunflowers, and some of them are just going over, and they provide the food. If we save any seeds, that'd be great, but if not, they do provide the food for the birds. We've got some of these nice orange ones. Some of them haven't started even flowering yet, and obviously the pot marigolds, which we love, and I'll harvest a few heads for my soaps.
Well, that's it. It's Friday evening. We're down here again, just pottering around, picking a few things, feeding the tomatoes, and just enjoying the dryness for a day. We've had an on-off week. We've planted some stuff.
We planted some. We planted some more Berlotto beans, because the peas I planted earlier on has been all eaten by something. And I planted some lettuces out and some salad bowls lettuce. What else? Some mustards and some Swiss chard. We've planted those things out. I can't remember what else, but at some point there will be a garden tour so you can have a look for yourself.
And our first run of beans yesterday were absolutely delicious.
And today, let me show you after this, what is the harvest today. So we have some cucumbers, some one of those purple beans, handful of purple beans, loads of pongo beans. This is going to be first time we try pongo beans. They look very prolific. I'm quite impressed from what I've seen. We haven't harvested any tomatoes. We let them sort of bulk up and wait for maybe for Sunday to pick a few more. And cucumbers, of course, cucumbers, and one oversized yellow courgette. But the thing which is always this year is probably the best thing we have, and is not a veg, is the sweet peas. So let me just show you the harvest of sweet peas. And we do this, as I said, twice a week. There's plenty left on the bushes. In the meantime, have a wonderful gardening week. Hopefully we see you again at some point. We love the comments, we love the interaction, don't we?
We do. Thank you for watching.
And see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.